boiling point, without warning, one of the men grabbed a heavy dumbbell and drove it into his face, instantly obliterating the man's head. The men began smashing the trainer's body with dumbbell.
The most painful gym deaths. Let's get it, let's get it, let's go.
The barbell incident.
That's already off rip. Nigga, the barbell incident? That's a FNAF ass death name, bro. Why would you name it that shit?
It was the early hours of a Tuesday morning in St. Charles, Missouri. The gym was entirely silent, and it was the kind of silent that only came when the world outside was asleep. At around 2:50 a.m., a young 23-year-old woman would be the only one in the gym,
I don't like where this is going, bro. Off rip.
Finishing what should have been just another workout. She was a paramedic, the kind of person used to helping people, saving lives, and bringing the injured to safety.
Okay.
The woman would step into a Smith machine and rack weight onto its barbell, and then she began squatting it. The only issue was that the weight was too much for her. In the middle of her set, she began struggling. She tried hard to re-rack the weight, but no matter how hard she pushed, the bar wouldn't go up. Then, in an instant, her legs gave out. She lost balance and the heavy bar dropped with no spotter to catch it. The machine pinned her down, trapping her beneath the crushing weight.
God.
And unfortunately,
bro, I'm not gonna lie to you, that's the scariest shit when it comes to going in the gym. Bro, that's deadass why I don't use free weights, bro. Whenever I go to the gym, I'm not using like just free weights, bench press, and that type of shit. The only shit I use is like the machines because of the possibility that this type of shit could happen. Bro, the feeling of despair when like you're about to squat and then you're not going up. Oh my God, bro, I can only imagine. I thought you're only supposed to do weights with a spotter. Exactly. If you're an experienced gym goer and you know your limits, then you can, but I would just never risk it, bro, because I've heard crazy stories.
Only one in the gym. Nobody was around to hear or see her struggle. For nearly half an hour, she laid pinned and crushed.
Half an hour? Oh, that's sad, bro.
Crushed under the pressure of the weight before another gym member finally walked in and found her. But by then, it was already too late. The member tried to help and called 911, but by the time paramedics arrived, they couldn't do anything for her. Her co-workers at the Christian hospital remembered her as vibrant, full of energy, and always lighting up the room with her smile.
That's a good lesson that you can learn from that is, yo, whenever you go to the gym, if you can't handle the weight, don't even engage with it, bro. Don't even engage with it, because that shit could literally like end your life.
That brightness was extinguished in a freak accident that lasted only seconds. Even in a place meant for health and strength, danger can hide in plain sight. Always remember to bring a partner. There's been a number of times where I've gotten trapped underneath weight without a spotter, but I was fortunate enough to have friendly passerbys help me out. The leg press incident.
For sure.
8 years ago, in Vadodara, India, a middle-aged man walked inside of a gym for what should have been a normal workout. He moved from one exercise to another until he finally settled in front of the leg press machine, a piece of equipment built to test and improve raw lower body strength. The man began racking weight onto the machine until it was fully loaded with plates stacked heavy on both sides. Ahmad climbed in, positioned his back against the pad, and began pressing. At first, everything seemed fine. Surprisingly, as his legs pushed the machine...
Bro, this is like the most like fucked up way to go out because, bro, you're mid-press. Oh my God, bro. Could you imagine like you're mid-fucking leg press and then... Fuck, bro. I really feel bad for this dude, bro.
He estimated 1,000 to 1,400 pounds he was leg pressing moved. But then came the moment of truth, re-racking the load. He tried to lock the machine.
Your knees, that's what I'm saying.
In an instant, his legs buckled. The massive weight came crashing down, snapping his left leg backwards with a sickening crack. The gym...
Oh, shit. Oh my God.
Floor filled with screams as people rushed toward the mangled machine.
Was there at least people in the gym?
Plain for everyone to see. But, by some miracle, the man survived.
Hey!
Nonetheless,
he actually fucking lived. Okay, that's what's up.
Leg press still had done its damage. It had left him with a horrible injury and a lesson that would haunt him forever. Don't ego lift. It's not worth the legs.
Never.
The shake incident. It was
oh my God, that reminds me. Have y'all seen that video? There was a video with a guy who was on the bicep curl machine, right? He was doing a weight that was too much for him, and his bicep literally slid off the bone and went up. Like his skin didn't tear, but you literally see his bicep tear off. Oh my, that shit, every time I think about it, gives me chills, bro. That shit gives me chills, bro. I can never use that machine anymore.
An aspiring musician and fitness enthusiast had completed his day and decided to finish the night off by preparing a protein shake to drink.
Protein shake.
As you could guess, this was something he had done countless times before. But this time, he would try something new. because after all, it was New Year. His friend recommended that he add a specific powder into his shake, and excited to test it out, the man put a teaspoon of the powder into his drink, blended it, and began drinking it. And then, nothing happened. The drink was just a little bitter, and so he sent a text message to his friend complaining about its taste, but other than that, he was fine.
What powder did he tell him to put in his drink? Wait, what powder did he tell him? Because the way he's highlighting this, like he put some chemical X in that shit, bro.
Then the man went to sleep to end his night. Unfortunately, he wouldn't live to see the next morning. You see, the powder the man put in his protein shake was just caffeine. But it wasn't
like raw, concentrated caffeine?
The regulated kind that you'd find in your Starbucks coffee.
Oh, shit.
Pure, raw caffeine.
How do you get your hands on that? Is that legal? Guys, is it legal to have caffeine? Just like straight up caffeine? Where you could just OD like at any time? I don't know, bro. That's wild, bro. That's wild.
He only put just a teaspoon of it into his drink, which doesn't necessarily sound that bad. That is, until you realize that one of those teaspoons was equivalent to 70 cans of Red Bull. And he just gulped it down in one sitting. The man shot up awake in a
Imagine, bro. Bro, I get fucking dizzy off of like 3 Red Bulls, bro. Could you imagine fucking 70 cans of Red Bull's worth of caffeine coursing through your veins? Holy shit, bro. That's actually giving me chills just thinking about. Would you feel like hyperactive or would you feel like, what do y'all think would happen? Like, what is the bodily response to that?
Sweat. Almost immediately, his body began revolting. His
Oh my
heart was
God.
pounding violently.
Oh my God, bro, imagine the fucking heart rate. Holy shit, bro.
His vision became blurry.
That's why I'm scared of Red Bull. I can't blame you.
His chest began constricting as if an anaconda was wrapped around him. He raced to the bathroom and began vomiting. His system had been overloaded with a stimulant so powerful that there was essentially nothing that could be done to stop it. Within seconds, he collapsed to the ground, hitting his head on the floor and going into cardiac arrest. Later on in the morning, his parents would find him cold on the floor and fall into a panic.
That's bad, bro. That's bad. Yo, I hope they arrested those friends, bro. Those friends better have gotten arrested, bro. There's no way they walk away scot-free for that, right? Because what type of dumbass is walking around just giving their friend concentrated caffeine? Nigga, you're a murderer. You're actually a murderer. What the fuck? How do you actually... Bro, there's no way, right? Hold on. How concentrated was the caffeine? Dude, it was raw caffeine. Like the chemical compound of caffeine. It was that, bro. No way they recommended raw caffeine. They didn't recommend it. They gave it to him. That's the thing.
911 and paramedics rushed to his home, but there was nothing they could do. The cause of the tragedy was later revealed to be the simplicity of one mistake. The scoop he used to measure the
But how is that legal though? That's what I'm trying to figure out. How is it fucking legal that you can just have concentrated, potent caffeine?
caffeine powder was actually meant for protein, not for a fine, potent stimulant. This incident sparked up a huge controversy over the ethics of making something this dangerous as accessible as it was.
Exactly. No, that shouldn't be
Many argued that
allowed.
powders like these shouldn't be sold on shelves if such a tiny mistake could come with such a costly consequence.
Thank you for common sense.
grip incident.
How is that like a whole controversy? How is that sparking up discussion? Am I crazy? Yo, should you be able to just walk up and buy fucking pure caffeine where 1 tablespoon will make you fucking die? Huh? That shouldn't be anywhere near legal. That shouldn't be a combo to begin with. Exactly. Bro.
The death grip incident. The death grip is a risky form of holding a barbell. When you pick up the weight...
I know that the death grip is where instead of using your thumbs on the other side of the dumbbell, you use all of your hands under the bell. So you're like pushing it like this and it could easily slide off your hand. That's the death grip, y'all.
Instead of wrapping your thumb around the bar...
Yep, you put your arm under it, your finger...
Some gym goers remove their thumbs...
That is so fucking dangerous though, bro. I have a friend who does that like a lot. Yo, don't do death grip, y'all. It's never fucking worth it. It is never worth it.
People say that this way of bench pressing helps them focus on pushing the weight more. Others claim that it makes their triceps activate. Nonetheless, it's a stylistic way of benching that is extremely dangerous.
Yeah,
and
for
on
sure.
a Monday, at a gym in Ankeny, Iowa, a 22-year-old student at Iowa State University...
He's fucking 22, bro. He's 22. Fuck, bro. Fuck. This is why you have to have like, it's important to hear shit like this because it makes you more like aware of it and it makes you less likely to do shit like this, bro. Like this is so risky, bro. So fucking risky.
would find this out the hard way. The weights clanged, the music thumped, and lifters pushed themselves through the grind. For this young man, the bench press was just another part of his normal routine. It was something that he had done countless times before.
Yeah.
That day, he made sure to fully load the bar to...
That's so sad, young as well.
In an attempt to
Exactly.
beat his PR max. With the plates 3 on each side, this was the kind of weight that demands respect. The man laid back and gripped the bar.
That's what I mean though, bro. Don't ego lift, man. Don't ego lift. The fact that you're in the gym and you're actually like, you know what? I'm going to take myself seriously and I'm going to just do this just to improve myself, bro. Even if you're 300 pounds and the most you can bench is like 90 pounds, bro, be proud of yourself because you're actually taking the steps to improve yourself. Don't fucking yourself because you care what other people think about you, bro. It's never to play. Like, I actually feel so bad hearing this shit, bro, because the nigga's 22.
But in order to really focus on doing his absolute best in this bench press, he switched his normal grip to a death grip and unwrapped it. He took a deep breath, and for a moment, everything seemed normal. But before he could even attempt to bench the weight, in an instant, his grip gave way. The barbell slipped from his hands. The full 315 pounds came crashing down.
Oh my god, 315? Oh shit.
Jaw, neck, and chest with unstoppable force. The sound echoed through the gym as lifters rushed toward him.
But you can save him.
Were already done.
Bro, okay, 315, it depends. If the bar was like high, that's probably like you can't save him. But if it's like kind of close, like, you know, if it fell from really high up, then that'll be a different story.
Spotter and bystanders fought to pull the bar off, but the damage was irreversible. Dude. The man was rushed to the hospital, but despite everything doctors tried, he passed away from his injuries.
That's a shame.
His coach later said, he was lifting weights, something I did with him 1,000 times. But that's the cruel truth of the bench press. It doesn't take recklessness, only a second of misfortune.
Yeah.
I hit the gym frequently, and I won't lie, I usually find myself using a death grip whenever I'm doing bench press. But the truth is, no lift is worth your life. Always use a safe grip. Have a spotter and never gamble 100 pounds.
Dude, this guy even just said it himself, though, that he does that same shit, bro. You better watch out, bro. That shit could get to you.
Not bury you. May this man's soul rest in peace. The dumbbell incident. It was a late evening inside a...
Why did the nightmare fuel meter just go up? Wait, is it like getting worse and worse? Does that mean this is like the worst one?
Small gym in Medapally, Telangana. The clients had finished their training, the weights were racked, and the silence was broken only by the clink of iron as a 34-year-old trainer and owner cleaned up his facility.
34,
then,
that's young
out of
too.
nowhere, the calm was shattered.
34 is young, like, relative to... Alright, bro, yo, like, don't call me hunk. 34 compared to, like, bro, niggas are 60, bro. Niggas are, like, 34, you're still pretty young, bro. I feel like you got a good, like, chunk of life ahead of you. Okay, never go to the gym, noted? Alright, bro, nobody's saying that, bro. Nobody's saying don't go to the gym. Let's see what happened.
3 men walked into the facility and...
Oh, is this a murder instead of a fucking incident? Hold on.
Out of nowhere, the calm was shattered. 3 men walked into the facility, and for some odd reason, an argument broke about between the two parties.
Oh,
as the
shit.
reached a boiling point, without warning, one of the men grabbed a heavy dumbbell and drove it into his face, instantly obliterating the man's head. The men began smashing the trainer's body with dumbbells, striking his chest again and again, with each blow being more devastating than the last. The trainer's body was left mangled on the ground, and the...
Bro, this is what I mean, though. Bro. The level of crazy that humans can fucking reach is insane. The level of crazy that humans can reach is fucking insane, bro. I live in Buffalo. Buffalo drivers, for example, right? They have, like, something wrong with their head, bro. These niggas have something wrong with their head. They road rage at the smallest shit. Somebody cuts you off in the highway. What the fuck is wrong with you, nigga? Da-da-da-da-da. Yo, relax. Human beings fucking scare me, bro. Lions, tigers, all this other shit, bro. The shit that scares me is humans, bro. How the fuck do you get to the point where you pick up a dumbbell and smash a nigga repeatedly? Bro, forget hitting him once. Once you hit him once and he falls to the ground, it's kind of like, how the fuck did you get to that point, right? But beyond that, you start beating his body with the fucking... What? How do you get to that point? Goodness.
The place that he had once built to help people improve their bodies and strength now became his final battleground. The assailants fled immediately after, but luckily
did they catch them?
Security camera.
Good.
As they disappeared into the night. The man was rushed to a nearby hospital,
but
his injuries were too severe. Doctors fought to save him, but he succumbed during treatment. Investigators believe the motive may have been personal, a suspected love affair or twisted grudge. Something
Bro, okay, bro, it is what it is, bro. Like, move on. Imagine killing somebody over that. Goodness, bro.
Definitely not worth a human life. The tanning incident. On a quiet Friday...
That name. Don't tell me it has to do with the tanning bed, bro. Don't tell me it has to do with the tanning bed.
Friday evening, a 39-year-old Indianapolis man walked into a Planet Fitness on Hardigan Street. He checked in, went about his routine, and got ready to leave after finishing everything he needed to finish. But before he left, he decided to make a quick stop in the gym's tanning bed to give his skin a nice finish.
I don't like where this is going, bro.
The man hopped into the tanning bed and was blasted by tanning lights for 10 minutes, left the gym, went back home, and slept
so he left
happily
it.
Ever after.
Okay.
So, that's not what happened. You see, the man's car was left parked in the gym's lot. It never left. And his family became extremely worried when he didn't return home for a day. One day turned into 3 days. And before you knew it, the truth finally came out. The man struggled with an addiction that I can't mention on YouTube. It's speculated that the man had consumed some of the substance before slipping into the tanning bed.
What substance y'all think he's talking about? They say he can't even mention it on YouTube, bro. Like, how bad is the fucking addiction, bro?
And while the machine tanned his skin, he quickly realized that he had consumed too much of the illegal substance.
Am I crazy? Why do I not know what substances is, bro?
He began convulsing while trying.
He drank. Does that mean his internal, like his organs were fucking bubbling or some shit? Like, what happened? I don't understand.
Realized that he had consumed too much of the illegal substance. He began convulsing while trying to escape the tanning bed, but it would be to no avail. For 3 whole days, the man would remain stuck inside with his...
How? How is he in there for 3 days? Where's the staff? Are we not checking? Bro, is that not a thing? Do people not check the tanning bed for 3 whole days? Is that normal? I don't know. I've never used a tanning bed because I'm black, nigga. But damn, wow, bro. I feel like at a certain point you would check, right?
For 3 whole...
Did they not smell the body? That's what I'm saying. How the fuck you get to that point? I feel like they will smell something, right? How? Bro.
Days. The man would remain stuck inside with his body trapping the energy from the device's UV lights, causing him to become disfigured.
That's foul. That is fucking foul. He drew the alien picture. This nigga drew the alien picture, bro. This nigga's foul as fuck for that.
Finally, a staff member of the Planet Fitness discovered his body locked inside of the tanning bed. He had been there since Friday.
Oh my God.
Silent, and hidden in plain sight. Authorities were immediately called when they found him.
How the fuck did y'all not see that? How did y'all not smell that? Is there no routine checks? Isn't there supposed to be routine checks? You're supposed to check it. I don't know. I never worked at Planet Fitness, but I would imagine you check every inch of the fucking facility, right? And was he just on the whole time?
By the time police and investigators
I got mad questions,
pieced it
bro.
together, questions were everywhere. Why did it take so long for someone to find him? Why
Exactly.
did no alarms go off? And was it really just the substance he consumed that caused him to become stuck in the tanning bed? His mother later confirmed he had been struggling with an addiction, but she still remembered him as the kindest person with the softest heart.
That's sad, bro.
The gym is where you shape yourself into the best
No,
version.
addictions will really lead you to end. Addictions will really lead you to ending yourself, bro. This is why you always have to keep your addictions in check, bro. And ideally never get addicted to anything that could throw your life off track like that. I'm just curious to know what addiction he had. What could lead you to the point where like you're in there for that long, bro, and you can't get out?
Safety always comes first.
For sure.
Train with a spotter when you can. Pay attention to your muscles and joints if they warn you to slow down, and never load more weight than you're truly ready to handle.
Facts.
That being said, have a happy day.
Okay, he ended the video with the Fennec Fox, so he's forgiven. Bro, oh my God, bro. What was the worst one for y'all? I'm not gonna lie, the worst one out of all of the ones that he said, this was the worst one.
The men began smashing.
This was absolutely the worst one. How? What type, bro, where is your humanity? I refuse to believe that I am from the same fucking species, like the same race as like beings that would do this shit, bro. How do you, as a human being with a human brain who has a stomach, doesn't your stomach turn at the thought of that? Like what?
Train his body with dumbbells.
Bro, I don't care what the nigga did, bro. That's crazy.